I'm Raven, and welcome to my awkward world where we're living, laughing, and growing into our best awkward selves. Today I picked up my largest Azure Standard haul to date, over $1,300 worth of items. Let's jump right into it and let me show you what I got for my micro family of two, where it's just my mom and I, as well as how much I spent for everything.
So starting out, I got 6 of the 5-gallon buckets and 6 of the 2-gallon buckets, along with matching Gamma Seal lids for both sizes. This will just be perfect for storing away the bulk items that I got for long term. And to go with those, I also got these oxygen absorbers, as well as quart and gallon Mylar bags. This way I can store them in the Mylar bags, drop in some oxygen absorbers, and then store them in the buckets to help make the food last as long as I need it to. Again, we are just a family of 2, so for especially those larger bulk goods, we need them to last for as long as we possibly can get them to last, especially during these times. So just making sure I'm doing that in the best way possible. So onto the food items. I picked up 3 of these Dijon mustards. These are really good, and I've purchased them before. They're also really great whenever I'm making different salad dressings that call for Dijon mustard, or different recipes in general, so excited to have that back in the pantry. As well as 3 of these, once again, tahini jars. I love making a variety of dishes that require tahini, and getting this was cheaper than the one that I would typically get on Amazon, so I couldn't resist adding it to my order this go around. Something that I keep stocked from Azure is the premium coconut milk. It's great. I love making coconut rice. Again, because I love dishes with tahini, I also love dishes that require coconut milk. So keeping that in the pantry is really important, and I got a set of 12 of these. I also picked up some cheddar cheese powder because, again, I love having it on hand. My mom and I are avid popcorn eaters, so having the cheese powder has been a game changer for me because I'm a super cheesy, buttery popcorn kind of girl, whereas my mom is more of like a salty but no cheesy kind of person. But as I was looking at the cheddar cheese powder, I also came across this popcorn seasoning that's nacho cheese flavored, so I am really excited to try this. I've never tried it before, but if it's anything like everything else that I get from Azure, it's, I'm sure, delicious. Next, I got some onion granules just because I needed more. We were running out, so stocked up on a hefty 6-ounce bag of that. And because I'm starting to get more into drinking tea, I also picked up some spearmint leaves that are cut and sifted and organic. So I purchased a pound of this just to be able to make my own tea with. For this go around, I also picked up some white wine vinegar, some red wine vinegar, and balsamic vinegar. So I got the 32-ounce glasses of each of those. And again, salad season, so I like to have these on hand just to be able to make a quick dressing that's super tasty, and I know what's all in it because I made it, so keeping those is always a plus for me. I also got some large cashew pieces that are organic and raw. I love cashew milk, and it is very expensive. Cashews in general are very expensive, and I hate getting cashew milk that I don't go through quite as quickly as I need to, but if I get raw cashews, I can make my own cashew milk to use whenever I'm making ice cream or smoothies or things of that nature. So I'm kind of excited to give that a try. It may be more effort than I find it to be worth, but I at least want to try. I also picked up some date syrup. I went to Dubai this past February for my birthday, and there were a number of dishes that I got that were served with date syrup. So when I saw it on Azure's site, I couldn't resist adding it to my cart just to see what all I can make. I also picked up a lot of lentils because I've been, number one, iron deficient, but I also just want some heftier, some tastier dishes to kind of have in rotation to eat for the week. So I got some green lentils as a 5-pound bag, and then I got 32-ounce bags of red lentils as well as Harvest Gold lentils. I really wanted the beluga lentils because those have the highest nutritional value, but unfortunately they were sold out by the time my cart shipped, so they didn't make it this go around. I'm gonna have to try again, and I'm gonna keep trying until I get my 10-pound bag of beluga lentils, and I might not be saying that right, so just bear with me there. Next, I got some whole mustard seeds. I like making pickles, especially during the summer, and I have mustard powder, but full transparency, It does the job, but not quite as good as if I just use whole mustard seed. I also got celery seeds. I can't remember what recipe I bought this for, but I know I have quite a few written down that I want to try that require celery seeds. So I got a 16-ounce bag of that as well. And then I also just got 3 things of Pomona's pectin because I really want to try out making some jellies and jams. And it's strawberry season now, so I intend to go strawberry picking, and hopefully I can make some delicious strawberry jam from there. Next, I got some black chia seeds. During the times that I fast, I've really taken to enjoying overnight oats before I start my fast, just as a nice breakfast. And having chia seeds has been one of those things that I know I've needed to do and I wanted to do, so finally picked up a pound of that. Picked up a pound of active dry yeast. I do have a sourdough starter and I do plan to start using it more, but it's always nice to have some yeast on hand for those times when I'm feeling just a little lazy. And then, much like the spearmint leaves, I also got a pound of peppermint leaves. Again, it's for tea. I love peppermint tea, but trying to buy it and keep it stocked has always been a bit of a challenge for me. So if I can keep the peppermint leaves myself, then I'm more apt to make the tea. Next are just some spices that I've been needing to re-up on. So I've got some allspice, some whole cloves, and some ground sage. These are spices that I use very often, so since I was placing an order, I figured why not get some more just to kind of keep. Not food, but I do love using Castile soap, so I decided to get this eucalyptus pure Castile liquid soap. I've been using the Dr. Bronner's for a really long time, and it's kind of expensive. Comparatively, I didn't really do the side-by-side, like how expensive is it compared to Azure's. But since I was already placing an order, I figured I might as well just try it. And if I like it, then it will be in normal rotation. On the same vein of the teas, I did pick up some rose petals because I love having rose petal tea. And there's a lot of blends that I intend to make that include rose petals in them, as well as butterfly pea flowers, which have kind of been a game changer for me. I'm all about drinking pretty tea in beautiful glasses, and butterfly pea flowers just give it that perfect blue color to just make it pop. So I ended up picking up a 1 pound bag of those as well. I also absolutely adore artichokes. So I got 2 6 counts of marinated artichoke hearts just to be able to enjoy in kind of any dish. I would typically get the massive thing of it from Sam's or Costco, but then I just end up with this giant jar that I don't know what to do with of artichoke hearts. So having these smaller 6-ounce jars is gonna be a game changer for me. And then I picked up some monk fruit with stevia and erythritol. I'm not gonna be able to say that right. You see the word, you know. It is what it is. And I picked up a 5 pound bag of this because my mom and I are trying to be a lot more conscious about the sugar that we take in. So having some substitutes here and there is going to be super helpful for us, especially with our morning coffee and our tea. I don't typically add sugar to my tea, but my mom enjoys adding sugar on occasion. So having an alternative is hopefully going to make a solid difference for us. And then some arrowroot powder. I picked up a 5 pound bag of this because it apparently can be used as a substitute for clear gel, among some other uses. So I'm excited to kind of learn how to use this and to be able to make the recipes that I enjoy using this instead of like clear gel, for example. Moving on to some other items, I did pick up a 1 pound bag of nutritional yeast. This stuff smells so good, so cheesy, and I really am excited to use it in some different baking things that I plan to do. I also picked up a 25 pound bag of certified organic regular rolled oats. For me, there isn't much of a difference between the regular rolled oats and the quick rolled oats, so I saved the money, get a 25 pound bag. This will be going in a bucket. Followed closely behind by the multicolored popcorn that I adore. My mom and I, again, we love popcorn so much that it just makes sense for me to just go ahead and get a giant bag of it to keep, and we will probably finish that within a year, just because of how much popcorn we eat, which does not help with the sugar issue, but one step at a time. I also picked up some bread flour, a 10 pound bag of bread flour, because I love making bread. It's a fun stress relieving activity for me, so I keep this on hand just for the times when I want to make something pretty quick without having to go through the sourdough process necessarily. And again, because I make sourdough, it only makes sense to pick up a 25 pound bag of all-purpose flour. My sourdough starter has been absolutely loving, specifically Azure's. I also use the King Arthur, but the Azure organic all-purpose flour has been doing amazing for my sourdough. I also picked up a 25-pound bag of Thai jasmine rice. This will probably last us for a year. We eat a lot of rice, especially in the summer when we're enjoying more like curry style dishes. And I tend to make a lot of Korean barbecue for me and my friends and my mom, and rice is a very necessary part of that exploration. So have to keep that on hand. I picked up a 5-pound bag of sunflower seeds because I do a lot of seed cycling. So sunflower and pumpkin seeds, as you'll see, are a regular part of my diet throughout my cycle. So I always keep sunflower seeds on hand. I did get these with no salt. It doesn't bother me to have salt or no salt, so I like to keep those stocked. I also picked up some white rice because we make a lot of gumbo, we make a lot of jambalaya. We need long grain white rice because for me, it doesn't particularly matter, but for my mom, having white rice with those versus jasmine rice makes all the difference. So I got a nice 25-pound bag size of that. And then I don't think I did this on purpose, or maybe I did. But I ended up accidentally getting 2 5-pound bags of cane sugar. I think I only intended to get one, but whatever, it's here now. It will be fine. It will go into one of the 2-gallon buckets, but this will be really helpful because I also need a lot of powdered sugar, and a lot of recipes that I make call for cane sugar, but I never have it. So being able to have this and have it be versatile for me is going to be really helpful. So these are probably going to go into Mylar bags and then into those 2-gallon buckets just to make sure they stay good and fresh. Like I mentioned, I also got 5 pounds of pumpkin seeds. These I did get salted because for pumpkin seeds, they make a difference. I've tried no salt pumpkin seeds, and when you're eating 2 tablespoons of them a day, it becomes kind of painful eventually. So making them tasty has been really helpful with ensuring that I actually eat them when I'm supposed to. I also, back behind these, have a 25-pound bag of cornmeal. Again, we make a lot of dishes, a lot of Southern dishes. We are Southern girls here, so we make a lot of cornbread. I make a lot of cornbread-based dishes, like for breakfast, I will typically have a cornbread breakfast muffin, and I'll just make other little goodies kind of to go as sides with our different meals. So having a massive bag of cornmeal is super helpful, especially given that the quality is top tier as well. On the back side of all of what you saw on the island here, I also went ahead and picked up 12 pint jars as well as 12 pint-and-a-half jars, largely just to store stuff in. And I just need to kind of work on upping my jar game here. I don't have a ton, and I kind of have to be strategic about how much I'm canning at a time, and that make sure we're actually going through it so I can can more things. Azure's are cheaper than anything that I could find anywhere else, and I have no doubt, like everything else of theirs, they're decent quality, so I'm excited to kind of be able to use those for various things. And then I also picked up a gallon of organic avocado oil. I love avocado oil. It is one of the better oils you could use, so why not get a gallon of it to store away? So this is all that I have inside. I have a few more things outside that I included in this purchase. Please don't mind my messy freezer. I have a lot of things in here and I really need to reorganize. But I picked up 4 of these hardwood smoked uncured beef brisket bacon. I'm kind of excited to try these. A big thing that people tend to forget is beef bacon cooks very differently from pork bacon, but I'm trying to cut back on the pork that I eat / cut it out altogether. So I'm hoping that'll be a good alternative. If it is, I will be getting a much bigger set of those to help the cost make sense next time. Also in this order, I picked up a 20-pound box of Pink Lady apples. I'm excited. They all looked really good when I opened the box earlier, so I'm excited to use these to make applesauce, to enjoy all the good things, because personally I just love apples. I also picked up 2 10-pound crates essentially of mangoes, so I will be freezing most of them most likely. I have an probably unhealthy obsession with mangoes and I love them so much, so I will be freezing them to enjoy over the next couple months. And I may also make a mango chutney. I'm kind of tempted to do that just to try it for the first time, and so I'm very interested in making a mango chutney, so I will probably do that to give it a try. These look really good. The last time I got some, they were very well ripened. So these should be good this time, and I'm just excited to eat them because, I mean, who doesn't love a nice sweet mango?
So that's it for this Azure Standard haul. Time to haul these goodies into the basement to figure out where I'm going to store all these, as well as get to preserving and storing things for long term in the freezers, pantry, fridges, Marlai bags, cans, everything. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to catch more of my awkward world. Until next time, remember, embarrassment fades when you embrace your awkward. See you soon.